Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Spencer Tillis.
And I'm Giselle Espinales.
And this is the Delmarva Sports Insider. In this week's episode, the Cambridge South Dorchester team was just one win away from advancing to the state championship, but could the Vikings take down an undefeated Douglas team?
And it was all-star action in soccer as the 2014 regular season finally wrapped up with some familiar names taking the field. We'll have the highlights of the Bayside All-Star match later in the show.
And the Wesley football team is back in the NCAA tournament for the 11th straight season, but how'd they do yesterday against MIT? Stick around to find out.
We begin your morning with the last dose of the 2014 high school football season, 10 weeks of regular season games, countless practices and tears, sweat, and final goodbyes for those stepping on the field for the last time. And only one made it, the state championship, the Laurel Bulldogs, small town with a big bark. And on Friday, the whole town came together to support this team in the form of a pep rally. And what better way to kick off Championship Saturday with support from former Bulldogs and fans that have stuck through them the entire season. And now we bring you a sit-down interview that our own Trey Miles did with head coach Phillips about the state championship game and what it means for the town of Laurel.
All right, Coach, well, you inherited the program in 2011. Just speak on your expectations upon accepting the job.
Expectations upon accepting that job was to bring the pride back in the community. When I was growing up, a young Bulldog playing Pop Warner through high school, you just remember the stadium being packed, the town shutting down, and just that high school football atmosphere that you picture Southern Delaware football.
I want to talk about one of your players really quick. Chucky August, almost 1,700 yards in the regular season, 21 touchdowns. Just speak on the physicality he runs with and why he's able to do what he does on the field for you guys.
We're known for our running backs around here, and he's come to work every day. He's matured so much in 4 years. He has an attitude that nobody's going to bring him down. He has an attitude that give him the ball. When we need him, he wants the ball. The one thing that I can say is he's got the ability to run between the tackles, but then we can throw a toss out to him and he can take it to the house as well.
All right, we'll talk about your opponent a little bit in Hodgson. One player in particular, Ray Jones, I saw during this preseason, phenomenal athlete, phenomenal player, does whatever the team asks him to do, and a lot of times puts the team on his back, to will him to victory. I want you to give away your game plan to me, but just speak on what your defense will have to do and how you have to be successful against Jones.
Our game plan is going to be very simple. We have to stop number 7. We have to stop Jones. He's that type of athlete that we're not going to be able to stop him per se. He's going to get his yardage. He's a D1 athlete for a reason. We just got to contain the big plays. We can't get him breaking 70, 60-yard runs. We'll take 5, 6 yards of carry. As long as we can contain the big play, he's by far the best athlete I've seen on film all year long. There's a reason why he's going to Delaware for a full ride.
Coach, I saw the love and support of this town up at Caravel, up in Groves. Just talk about a little bit about this town that you grew up in and what it would mean to bring a state title back to your hometown and your home team.
There's going to be tons of people. Before the interview, I made sure I went and checked, see how many tickets. We've tripled our ticket sales just for this game than we had all the past 2 weeks. Bringing a state title will mean so much to this community, this school district, and the people that care about Laurel. Understand that this is a football town, and understand that a lot of people, before you take pride in that 6-letter word that you wear across your chest, and you're not just representing yourselves, you're representing your coaches, your town, and the championship teams before you.
Well, what a powerful interview. I mean, Coach was definitely had his boys ready for this one, and you know what? It was a tough day there for Coach Phillips and his boys. The Bulldogs were coming in this one looking for that 4th title in school history and had already rewritten the record books as the 8th team to make it this far. Teams meeting at center field for the coin flip, and we were ready to go. Silver Eagles squib kick it here and miscommunication on Laurel's part. As the ball ends up loose and Hodgson falls on it, they recover. And 3 plays later, it set this up. Ray Jones, the stud, from 11 yards out. He takes it in for the score. He would convert the 2-point attempt himself, made it 8-0 early on. and now the Bulldogs are on the attack. Albin Lubinecki airs this thing deep down the field. He finds Jarrett Jones for a 16-yard pickup, but the drive would stall. They would turn it over on downs. That would be a familiar theme on this day. Right after that happened, it was Jones one more time. This time he airs it out to Nakai Rasu for a 16-yard pickup and score. 2-point conversion this time would fail. 14-0, 6 minutes in. Laurel now trying to get things going. Chucky August busts this one off the left end for a good gain. But again, the drive fails. They turn it over on downs. Trouble time now for the Dogs. Marquise Brown just flies up the sideline right here, 70 yards to the house. And just like that, the Silver Eagles took a 22-0 lead. And then things went from bad to worse here for Laurel. A great play by Jarrett Johnson. Gets in the backfield, blows it up for the sack, but he would leave the game after that right there, injuring himself. The senior would tear his ACL celebrating, but give the Bulldogs some credit. They never gave away this one. Perez Nichols finds Howard Starling deep down the field for a 50-yard gain right here. They would never be able to punch it in, though. Hodgson would put this thing away. Jones one more time off the left side. Just a monstrous game for him as the Bulldogs end up dropping a tough one, 42-0 the final.
We're just a big family. I love the guys no matter what the score. Obviously didn't expect that, but I love my fans for coming out here and riding with us the whole season, and I'm just proud of them. I always love them.
It's just hard in high school athletics because in 4 years you're going to have to say goodbye to some guys, but this is my first graduating class, and they mean the world to me and the coaches, and that's why it's an emotional day.
Oh, it hits close
Wow,
to
no
home.
kidding. It's almost at a loss of words watching that. I mean, all week we've been following these guys, and we've followed them all season, and they've been having such a phenomenal year. It really starts with that coaching staff. They just got this team to buy in and believe, and they just got stronger every single week. And Coach Phillips, I mean, give the guy a ton of credit. An alum has his heart and soul in that team, in that program, got them back, and so passionate. You could see it right there in his eyes. I mean, this one was tough for them. I was pulling for them. I hope they could pull this one out, but Hodgson clearly the better team on the day. I mean, they dominated from the start, but still, what an amazing season there for Laurel.
That's true. Like we said, amazing season for the Bulldogs. Sure, not the outcome that they wanted, but eventually only one team can win. But how many teams can actually say they made it to the state championship game? Exactly, not many. They were a tough football team that faced adversity throughout the entire season, and in this matchup against Hodgson, the best part about this is there's always next season where you can bounce back and learn and hopefully become championship contenders once again.
Yeah, absolutely. When you got a coach like that cares about the program, that cares about the players, they're going to bounce back here. All right, we're going to go ahead and take our first quick commercial break, but do not go anywhere because on the other side, we are still talking some high school football. The Bucks in the state semis, but could they advance? Find out next.
This is James McCormick, head football coach, North Carolina Bulldogs. You're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.